Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina, Clovis, special guest. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Join us, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. We have our Money Monday financial series. It is a lunch and learn program at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Also on Monday, we have our reality series and hot topics at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, we have Bible study at 7:30 p.m. Thursdays, we have church news at 7:30 p.m. We also offer motivational moments, happy marriage lifestyle, news from a godly perspective, movie reviews, as well as our single moms club, Let's Talk Ex-Millennials, and of course, our Cooking with Clovis. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, Noye Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.
Hey everybody, hey, how y'all doing? Listen, I've got a story I want to cover with you guys, and I'm going to give you my perspective on this as well as we cover this story. There's a lot to this, as you all saw in the title. This brave little young man, let me tell you. And while I give you guys this video, this is going to explain, parents, why training your child in the way they should be taught, teaching them what is right, teaching them biblical perspectives and how to call on the name of the Lord when they get in times of trouble is important. Because this young man's story, listen, this 11-year-old young man, let me tell you, my cousin Tammy sent me this story. And thank you so much, Tammy, for sending this to me. Thank you so very much. She knew this would be one that I'm like, I gotta talk about this one. All right. So this young man, let me show you guys his cute picture, and to God be the glory, and thank you, Lord, for saving his life. Look at him here. Look at him, how cute he is. Adarian Murray. He's 11 years old. He was on GMA this morning. I have put the links in the chat. The links are in my description. They're in my description of this video, so you can go and take a look at the video from GMA. I'll play just a little bit of it, and then we'll talk. But listen, Adarian Murray, his mom taught him right. Adarian Murphy, it says here, he's 11-year-old. He was shot by police officers while the police officers were responding to a call that Adarian, his mom told him to call the police because she was having an argument with her daughter's father. Okay, with her daughter's father in the home. And so his mother asked him to call the police, which he did. And when the police came, you guys, I don't know what happened, why this happened, but let me share this story with you guys, okay? So I'm pulling up the CNN article as well. I have put that in my description as well for you guys. So that information is there as well. You guys can go ahead and read on here. I'm going to say hello to all of you that are here. I will drop the link because if you guys would like to comment on this, I'm always happy to have y'all come on my channel and comment. I have dropped the link there. So if you guys want to come and comment and share, we're okay with doing that as well. Okay. Hey, Jill's Chocolate. How you doing? Hey, she says, hey, Regina, loved your Saturday show. I was truly blessed. Thank you so much. I was happy that, the church invited me out to speak and film their event that they had. Thank you to my father's Pentecostal church for inviting me out there. Thank you so much, Jill, for watching that. I truly had a great time out there. Jill's Chocolate, yes, he's so adorable. Horrible situation. Absolutely horrible situation. Hey, Robin, thanks for being back. Robin says, young boy, please, Regina, let us not adultify our children. They do it to them too much. I know. 11 years old. What should we call him? Young man? I don't know. Listen, what should we call him, Robin? Listen, 11 years old, he's still a baby to me. He's still a baby. Robin says the father showed up at the home at 4 a.m. Robin, so you saw this story too, right? You guys, also, I found his mother's Facebook page, Miss Murray's Facebook page. And the reason why I'm sharing it in my description is because I want you all, those of you who want to support her, her attorney has put some post on her Facebook page. So her Facebook page is in my description on this video, and you can go over there and support her, get more information about this story. It is ongoing because they are seeking for the officer that did this to be fired. They're also seeking allegedly for the police chief to be fired. So let me see if I can just play this video for you guys real quick. Let me just go ahead and share this, and then we'll talk, and we'll go ahead and continue the conversation. Okay. So let's go ahead and add this, and let's have a
ABC News exclusive with the 11-year-old Mississippi boy who was shot by a police officer responding to a call for help that the boy made himself. We're hearing from the boy for the first time this morning. Our DeMarco Morgan sat down with him and joined us now with the story. Good morning, DeMarco.
Good morning to you. It's a good thing that he's alive to even talk about it. The boy wanted to tell me his side of the story, saying at one point he thought he was going to die, but he credits his faith this morning and his mom for saving his life. Did you think you were dying at the time?
Actually thought I was about to lose my life.
This morning, 11-year-old Adarian Murray speaking exclusively to ABC News for the first time since being shot in the chest by a Mississippi police officer.
I never thought anything like this would happen. It's scary. It's emotional to even think about how I could have lost my son because I was trying to get help. I just want to help.
Adarian says an argument between Nikayla and her ex-boyfriend woke him, and he called 911 after his mom instructed him to. Here's what he says happened when police arrived.
I came out doing this. When Greg shot me, I did this to my chest. It felt like a taser, like a big punch to the chest. That's what it feel like getting shot.
And do you remember where your mom was at that time? Did you collapse? Did you fall down?
Mm-hmm. She was outside. And then I ran to my mom. And then so I was bleeding from my mouth. And then I would just remember singing a song.
And what song were you singing?
No weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Adarian was rushed to the hospital where doctors discovered the bullet collapsed his lung and cut his liver. Do you think there's a slight chance that he may have mistaken?
No. No. He was too close. There's no way you could have mistaken him.
Okay, you guys, this story. Now, you guys heard that. And let me tell you, I absolutely love that. I love that this baby was able to say, listen, this baby was able to say, listen, something in me is saying I need to sing this song because I have faith in this song. I love that. I love that. I love that. Listen, let's go ahead. Hey, you guys. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Robin, for being here. How y'all doing?
Really good. Hey, Gina.
Hey.
I've got an echo.
You've got an echo on yours? Okay.
Do you have a second tab open? And I'm like running behind you.
Yeah, you have to close out your other tabs, Tammy. Maybe like scroll up on your phone and then close out those other tabs. For those of you who are on our Facebook page, our Facebook pages are acting up. Yeah, go on over to our YouTube page for those that are on that one. Yes, Tammy, you got it?
I got it. I only have a few minutes because I've got somebody downstairs and then I have a session here at 3:00. But when I saw this video, I was just like, I was in tears.
Yeah.
When he started to sing that, I just was in tears. I said, I just couldn't. I was just love this little
Amazing,
child.
right? Amazing. I'm happy that he was able to just, know. His mom said in the article also that he was praying and he was praying and singing. And even while at the hospital, he was praying and singing. So tell me, this one is acting up. Tell me, Robin, what's your thoughts on this story while I get this Facebook up and running?
Well, actually, I saw this when it first happened. I think whenever it was last week or the week before on Roland Martin, and the child was still incapacitated at that point. But so I did not. The only spiritual component that I heard or saw was the mother speaking about her own faith as well as the faith of her son. And so the angle from which I viewed it when I saw it initially had more to do with procedure. It had to do with competency. It had to do with, in part, how this child was raised, that his mama taught him how to do. He listened to his mother. My anger, of course, was at the police officer who came to the home that the young boy called him to, instructed everyone to exit the premises, come out with their hands up. The boy came out of his bedroom with his hands up, and once he reached the living room, he was impacted. I have to go.
Okay, Tammy.
I'm sorry, Robin.
Thank you for the story, Tammy.
All right.
Thank you so much for the story. Yes, Robin.
That the kid was met with this impact from the weapon. And that was the crazy thing for me. And I wondered for the kid, I said, my goodness, what is he thinking? How is he thinking? Because, when you there are two things you can do. You can teach people to do the right thing, and you can teach them to do what is right. The little boy did both of those things.
Yes.
And he still came out on the worst end of it through no fault of his own. So that was my first and most my strongest concern. And then was followed by what kind of action we need to take against the police officer, the department.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a little kid. It was Tamir Rice all over again. And that's why, Regina, very respectfully, when I said, please don't call him a young man.
Yes, I saw your comment. Yes.
Because too often, Black children are adultified, no matter their age.
That's a great way to look at it.
When we have even teenagers who are on either side of the law, for example, and they're Black, it'll be a 16-year-old Black man, but a 16-year-old white boy.
That's a powerful statement, Robin. Hey, Jill's Chocolate Boutique, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. That's a powerful statement, Robin. Yes. And see, I didn't even see this story. I was so busy. I saw that you saw it on Roland Martin. I hadn't even seen it. This story. But I thank you for that commentary that you did about the differences in saying young man and young boy. I love that. this story was kind of concerning to me because in the video, and plus that was only just a portion of it, there's going to be a full interview this evening, I believe, on GMA. But the part that I was looking at, and I always like to put my thought process on, and not really perspective, but my thought on this whole thing. How can we prevent these things from happening again? The young lady said that she was having an argument with the boyfriend. I found the CNN story that said that he's actually the daughter's father.
Yes, he came over. He did not live in the home. He
Right.
came there. It was 4 a.m. when he came and started the ruckus.
And see, and that's another issue, man. These relationships, be careful who you hooking up with. That's just, I know sometimes people change over time and all stuff like that, but we've got to be careful, very careful about this, because our children are at risk, and we've got to find ways to fix, this kind of stuff. Well, the young lady, the boy's mother, is saying that she is pressing to have the officer, his name is Greg, she is pressing to have him fired. Terminated from the police station and the police job. And they're also saying that they're calling for the chief, I believe it is, to be removed. But here's my thing the part that I did not like in the video was it was almost sounding as though it was a race issue. And I did not really agree with that part. Whether it be that the officer was white or black, did they say on rolling?
Black. He's black.
So he's a black officer that shot the
yes.
Okay, so he's a black officer, because I was hearing the video and it sounds as though they were trying to make it a race thing. And I said, we shouldn't do that, because whether it was a black officer or white officer or whichever color the officer was, this incident happened. We have to find out ways to stop this from happening again. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, in part, I think that there needs to be a general recognition of the fact that we call them different things very often. I remember I wrote a blog and I called I called political parties, sports teams, police departments, all different iterations of gangs.
Ooh.
They're all gangs.
That's interesting.
And think about it. What do they have in common? Let's start with something as simple.
Yes,
uniform, uniforms, colors, stated alleged purpose and mission. So they're all gangs. And if you look at it from that perspective, for me, then you look at what's wrong with the gangs and gang mentality. And that's where you can, in my opinion, begin to address the issues. So this thing with the police officer, it wasn't that he was black or white. It was because he's wearing the blue. And if I can just divert and say that this was solidified with something I saw at the end of the week, also on Roland Martin's show, which was a gentleman who was ended. He was alleged to have been trespassing at a motel where he was really visiting a friend. The police came, the gang of police officers came, tased him, did not give him the opportunity to offer rationale for being there. They assumed that he was trespassing, not visiting a friend. And then if you listened, because the body cameras were on, you could hear them talking, denigrating this man, belittling him as he lay dying. The same thing happened with the gentleman, remember, where was it, Mississippi? When they stopped the man who was driving, he was coming home, he's a photographer. They were also black, but it was that gang mentality. And the gang mentality happens not just in, in their speak and chit and chatter, but even when we see the things when weapons are discharged. When they're discharged, we have seen, and it's actually it's publicized that you can see that when one lets off a round, everyone else just joins in. It's some kind of reflective action.
Well, that didn't happen in this case, and I'm so glad that it did not happen in this case.
How many people? I forgot how many people responded to this case.
Now there
That's
were,
what I would
it did say that she had other children in the home besides her son. It says
say.
that she had two other children in the home, including their 2-year-old nephew and her daughter. Were also in the home when this happened. And it says in the CNN story that the officers came to the door and they said, everybody in the home, they were saying for the people to come out. He said for those that are inside the home to come outside. Now, from the video where I was listening to, allegedly the mother had gone outside and the officers were still, I think, standing at the door, because it says that as her son came around the corner of a hallway into the living room, that's when he got hit in the chest by the officer with the weapon. And so it's I don't even know the whole thought process of a mother going through something like this to see this happen to your child. Now, my thought process also is going forward, what can we do to stop this? I don't know the police department, what they can do. I do have officers that I'm connected to. I will be making a call after I get off of this live. So I may be coming back doing a follow-up with this and some other preventive measures. But we are going to pray for this mother because this is horrible. But I want to get back to the singing part, the young boy, the singing. Now, let me tell you, he stated as he had his hand on his chest where he was wounded, that he said the first thing he did was he just started singing Fred Hammond's song, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." And let me tell you, I went on his mother's Facebook page, and you guys, she has a posting. She has a posting on there with this that I believe was probably prior to this incident happening, which says "No weapon formed against me." So this mother has taught this young boy what to do in times like this. Now, they did say that it was an inch away from it taking his life. That it was an inch away from it taking his life. And so praise God to that. Now, the gentleman who was in the interview, who was interviewing the young little Murray, he was so kind of funny, where the mother looked at him like, what? Because he said something to the effect of, do you think it's really this or really that or whatever? Almost like really, is not as serious. Or maybe he was trying to have that kind of conversation with her. And she was looking at him like, boy, please. It's like, God save my baby. And at the end of that video, it does say this, which I thought was amazing. He was saying, the little Murray, he said, "God save me." He said, "God saved my life." And so, a lot of people may put their twist on it any kind of way they want, oh, well, the bullet didn't go, it would have done this, it would have done that, or so forth, or whatever. This is an 11-year-old that got hit in the chest by an officer's weapon. Those same weapons have taken adults out.
That's right.
So for y'all to sit here, if y'all want to twist this narrative and say this, that, or the other, I'm going to tell you right now, I wholeheartedly believe that God stepped in and saved this young man's life for whatever reason coming up. Like his mother said on her Facebook page, she stated that she knew there was always something special about her baby, and she know there's something special that he's going to do for the future. And I'm believing with her on it. And I'm going to follow up on this story as well. Do you think that the officer should be fired?
100%, yes.
Yeah.
There's no coming back. There's no coming back from such a dreadful error. In many professions, you can do things that have less impact than this and maintain your position. So, yeah. And I also will say that, we know that this mom has raised her children, is raised them in the church and in her faith. And, that he can be 11 years old, and he knew that he was spared for a reason. And he said so. And so, what they say, I haven't said it myself often, but out of the mouths of babes. And when you're as young and innocent, when you're not jaded about life and things, you can only speak the truth from your heart.
Yeah.
That's not influenced. And that's what he knows, and that's what he trusts, and that's what he believes. And he's someone, God spared him for a reason. I agree with his mama.
Yes. Yes, Jill's Chocolate said this. She said, this could have gone another way, but God stepped in. Amen. Amen. And let's listen. Little Murray, he was telling that the gentleman that was interviewed, and I apologize, I don't have his name on here.
DeMarco.
DeMarco
Morgan.
Okay, thank you, Robin. DeMarco, he was telling DeMarco, he said, God saved me. He was like, I don't care what y'all kind of say, basically, I don't put my little spin on that. But he was like, God saved me, and I believe God saved me. And he going to continue to tell people that God saved him. I have a pastor friend in Mississippi that I'm going to reach out to, who's a former police officer in Mississippi. And I'm going to reach out to him and have a conversation with him after I get off this live as well, because I like to get more details about things and see what we can do preventive measures going forward. And one of the things we need to do, parents, is y'all need to get y'all kids back in somebody church somewhere that's teaching the truth. Somewhere. It also says about his injuries. It says that he was given a chest tube and placed on a ventilator at the University of Mississippi Medical Center in Jackson. He had a collapsed lung, fractured ribs, and a lacerated liver. Now, let me tell you all of that. And he didn't even stay in the hospital long. I think they said the incident happened, I believe, on Saturday, and he was out by, I believe, Wednesday, or something like that. But this is a lot that has happened on here, and we're going to be continuing to follow up on more of this. My thought and closing thoughts on this story is, first, I want to thank the mother for instilling faith into the children. I want to thank her for running a home built on faith. And I pray that the father will get his life together. Of the daughter, the gentleman who they were arguing with. I pray that he would get his life together from this incident and know the errors of his way. Maybe this shook him up a bit where he can just be like, I need to fix my whole life, because he probably would say this all was his fault. He shouldn't have even been there. These kids should have been sleeping in their beds. And instead, you want to come over and act irate and mess up somebody's home. Get your life together, and straighten up. And I'm praying that he will do that as well. And I'm praying that, this mother will, and she also said she's not mad at the officer. She's not bitter, with the officer and so forth. She just wants his job terminated because of the error that he did. And we all know when you're on jobs, you guys, people have gotten fired for less.
Right. He's not, it's not a good fit. That's what we'll call it. Not a good fit.
Right. Not a good fit. So I want to, again, thank this mother for teaching this young man what is the right thing to do. It's sad because little Murray, he said that he wanted to be a police officer before. He always wanted to be a police officer. And when asked in the interview if he wanted to still be a police officer, he immediately said no. And when asked why, he says because he got hit with that bullet.
Oh, man.
He said, no, he does not. He no longer wants to be a police officer. All right. So my follow up again, like I said, I'm going to get some more information, have some more conversations, but I want to say this part. Mothers, continue to protect your children. Continue to protect your children. Find ways to have amicable conversations. Find ways to be amicable with the fathers if they're no longer in your life per se, and they're still going to remain in the children's lives. And if you're somebody that's looking to get some help from an abusive relationship or things going on, please find the numbers that can help you. There are several abuse hotlines that are out there, and speak to some of the other people so that these things can stop, because this could have went so wrong. So much wronger than it did. But thank be to God, this young man is still alive. But thank you, Holy Spirit. But there's a lot of babies who are no longer alive because of incidents that have happened with anger and bitterness of people who were in your lives that really should not have ever been in your life. And it's very sad when the child becomes the victim of parents arguing. It's very, very sad. So I'm praying that this brings some knowledge and some wisdoms to other parents about, finding different ways to do stuff. And also, thank you, Holy Spirit, those that are in need of some help mentally and to control some anger issues, y'all get some help. I pray that this story would help them to also do a self-reflection and say, maybe I just need to change my life. Robin, what's your closing thoughts on this story?
I'm kind of disturbed that I kind of want to know more about the dynamics between the
Yeah.
mom and her daughter's father, because in everything that we've said, we know that he was the catalyst for this outcome, but I wonder what his own behavior was. I mean, we know that it was disturbing enough that she felt the need to seek outside assistance. But right now my mind is kind of like whirling with not only the fact that this man came at 4:00 in the morning and started a disturbance, but what is it about hearing, because the dispatcher is going to tell you it's a kid calling.
Right.
And what is it that made the officer respond with such strong power? What danger did he perceive? Is very questionable, but that's a whole nother excuse me, issue.
Yeah.
But Regina, I'm just really just grateful that the outcome is as it is today, that the young boy is recovering, that he is recovering not only in his body, but in his faith and through his faith.
Right.
And I'm just hoping that the policeman get fired. That's it.
Yeah. Now they also said that the boyfriend, the father of her daughter, was arrested, but he was released from jail. He was released from jail because she had not pressed charges against him. So he was released from jail. And when asked in the article, why did she not press charges, she said because she was in a hospital simply trying to get her baby together. And so she didn't have time to go and press charges.
Don't you think that's kind of ridiculous? When you talk to your police officer friend,
I don't see why the officers didn't pick it up and say they were pressing charges against him.
Because that's also something that is an oddity.
Yeah.
They said the same thing about the young boy who was injured when he rang the wrong doorbell. They said, well, because even though we know that this happened, that he took the blunt force of this weapon, because we didn't initially arrest this man, because the kid who just is in this bad shape. Are you kidding me? But meanwhile, I know it's a different issue, but what's his name? Jonathan Majors. They arrested him easy, quick, fast.
Yeah, we got to change some of this stuff up. The mother is in the hospital trying to make sure that her child lives. Meanwhile, she has another daughter and a 2-year-old nephew that's in her care. She maybe not have had time to run and do a police report on him, but
she shouldn't have to.
Yeah, the officer should have picked that one up that had taken this, had gotten arrested him. So I'm going to follow up. I'm going to get some more information on this. I'm so glad the young man, little Murray. I'm so young boy. I'm so glad that he is doing well. I'm so glad. If you guys want more information on what's going on with him and updates as well, you can continue to watch the Juice Radio and Talk Show here, or you can also go to his mother's Facebook page. I have put the information in my description on this video. We'll be back with some more stories. I'm trying to get some other stuff done, but these stories keep popping in and I'm like, I can't wait. I got to get these things out here. But we'll be back with some more stories. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube page. You want to subscribe to my YouTube page today because Facebook StreamYard is acting up. So go ahead and subscribe today, the Juice Radio and Talk Show on my YouTube page, and we will be back with some more information. Thank you so much, Jill's Chocolate Boutique. Thank you so much. She says great coverage. Thank you so much, Robin, for being here. We'll be back. And y'all to get that notification bell, remember to subscribe to the channel, and we will be back with some more stories. Right now, we're going to head out, and I'm going to try and get some more work done. So I can pay these bills. All right. Thank you again, Robin, for being here. All right. Y'all have a blessed day out there, and be safe, be happy. And remember, be careful who you get connected with, and keep those prayers up, because you never know when you might need one to work for you. All right. Have a blessed day, Robin. See you later. Bye.
A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Join us, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. We have our Money Monday financial series. It is a lunch and learn program at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Also on Monday, we have our reality series and hot topics at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, we have Bible study at 7:30 p.m. Thursdays, we have church news at 7:30 p.m. We also offer motivational moments, happy marriage lifestyle, news from a godly perspective, movie reviews, as well as our Single Moms Club, Let's Talk Ex-Millennials, and of course, our Cooking with Clovis. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, Noye Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.